Today, we're doing a side-by-side comparison of the new CompTIA A+ exam versus the old CompTIA A+ exam. So the new one is 220-1201, 220-1202. It's still broken up into two parts. The old one is 220-1101 and 1102. The old one came out 3 years ago in 2022. This one just came out. The 220-1201 and 1202 just came out. For the most part, a lot of it is very similar, as always happens. There are some differences, though. It looks more different than it actually is, so don't get too hung up on the look of it. They changed the logo around a little bit, and they changed the icons, but it's still the same sections. So let's go through it. Exam accreditation, exam development, etc., etc. So first up, we have the test details. Both of these are maximum of 90 questions, multiple choice and performance-based questions, 90-minute test. Both of them are 675 to pass. The percentage of the domains are 15. So the older one was 15% mobile devices. This one is 13% mobile devices, although it could change based on your specific experience. You may have more mobile devices or networking, etc., than someone else, because not everything is exactly the same. So 15 is now 13 mobile devices. Networking was 20, now it is 23. Hardware was 25, it's still the same. Virtualization cloud computing is still 11, and hardware and network troubleshooting was 29, now it is 28. So basically the same percentages for the exam domains. So let's take a look at the mobile devices. Install and configure laptop hardware and components. This is monitor mobile device hardware and use appropriate replacement techniques. I feel like a lot of them are going to be similar questions, to be honest. We got battery, we got keyboard and keys, RAM, battery, keyboard, keys, RAM. It is looking very, very similar. So near field scanner features, microphone, camera, webcam, Wi-Fi. We got, oh, I guess there's no microphone and... Okay, so there's no microphone, and I could have sworn there was... No, it is. There is. It's over here in this section. I keep highlighting things, and then Edge wants to help me out with that. Thank you so much, Edge. So this, though, this is different. There aren't any, from what I see, of the LCD and OLED information on the new one. Connection methods is looking like... I think they're just in different spots. We have USB, micro USB, mini USB. I could have sworn this was on here. Yeah, it's just in different spots. We have Lightning, serial interfaces, and then we have Lightning here. There's no serial interfaces, but I feel like a lot of people are actually still going to see these. Depends on how legacy the company that you wind up working for is going to be. Bluetooth tethering hotspot. It's looking very, very similar. There are more in here. There are looking like more bullet points. But let's see. Configure basic mobile device network connectivity. Provide application support is the new. Section 3. Given a scenario, set up and configure accessories and ports of mobile devices. Okay. There is wireless and cellular data, 4G, 3G, 4G, 5G. This has got to be, yeah, it's just in different spots. They want it to look like they changed a lot. They really didn't change as much as they want us to think they did. A lot of stuff is in different spots. Mobile device management. We have mobile device management over here and over here. Mobile device synchronization. Mobile device synchronization. A lot of it is the same. And then we have 2.0 networking. Ports and protocols. Let's see if I have to do another port and protocol video. Although I wouldn't mind doing another port and protocol video. It looks like there's actually, is it less or is it just my imagination? 2021, 22, 23, 25, 53, 25, 53, 67, 68, 67, 68, 80, 110, 137, 80, 110, 137 is over here. They're just putting things, they're not even in number order. Okay. 143, 389, 143, 389, 161, 162 are not on here. Okay. There's no simple network management protocol on the new one. We have HTTPS, which I'm sure is going to be on here. Yep, 445, 3389, 445, 3389. TCP versus UDP. There was some bullet points here for TCP versus UDP. This is just a simple TCP versus UDP. Then we have wireless networking technologies. 2.4, 5, 6. This is somewhere over. Yeah, this is over here. We have 2.4 and 5. I could have sworn 6 was on the old one though. I might have gotten a little bit mixed up because I've been working on the networking courses, the networking materials right now. So it's probably on networking and not A+. Although it's on this one now, this A+. But also the networking is a newer exam than this 1101. So and then we have what else? I mean, honestly, it looks like mostly the same thing. There's less trying to... It looks like there's less trying to memorize 802.11 standards. Oh, no, it has it, but it's just one bullet point here. They still want you to know it, but it's just one bullet point. I suppose for things like... Especially like we noticed the serial port change. I think they're just phasing out. As always is with these changes to the CompTIA exams, is any old technology that really companies aren't using anymore, they don't cover in the new A+ exams. And then any new technology that wasn't available for the old ones is something that they start integrating into the exams. But for the most part, not that much changed. And this is not something where, like, the changes in technology, like we have Microsoft and Google coming out with quantum computing, like that's not going to be in here. Like the AI changes, although AI has been around for a long time, that's not going to be in an A+ exam. That's not really, that domain is not really covered. Install and configure basic wired and wireless small offices, SOHO networks. What are we? Oh, hold on, I skipped over a lot of stuff. For the most part, it's just they put things in different spots. It's still the same things. DHCP, I think DHCP leases, reservation scope, and exclusions. I don't think that was in here. So there does seem to be a little bit more on the networking so far. I am also... I'm trying to not get mixed up because I've been in Network Plus mode for the past few days. So... what do we have? Compare and contrast. Router switches, managed, unmanaged. That's all... It's all somewhere here, though. I know it's here somewhere. Oh, we do have DHCP here. We do have DHCP. Configure basic wired wireless. It's the same. Can we just say it's the same thing? It's the same thing. Crimper, cable stripper, Wi-Fi analyzer, all of that is the same. Hardware. A little bit more. Does it look like there's a little bit more on cable types, especially like the... No, I don't think so. We have the RAM. Looks like there's less here. Okay, so they don't have DDR3, 4, 5 specifically here. Oh no, they do. Double data rate iterations. That means DDR3, 4, and 5. It's the same thing. They just changed the locations of things. Mind blown. Oh, hold on. We do have RAID 6. I don't think... Yeah, there wasn't any RAID 6 here. Now they have RAID 6 in here. I did notice that. It's a lot to kind of scan at the same time, though. But for the most part, it's looking like just different spots. They put things in different places. Yeah, all this stuff is on here. Expansion cards, cooling, we have cooling, we have expansion cards, we have BIOS and UEFI. We have all of that here, all of that here. We have encryption, CPU architecture, motherboard compatibility. All of this is the same. Install the appropriate power supply, which is all, yeah, it's all in here. Same exact things. Okay, what do we have? 3.6, deploy and configure multifunction devices. Also looks exactly, for the most part, the same, but just in different spots. Install and replace printer consumables. It looks like less here. However, like it looks like less in the new one. However, it does look like they just, for laser printer, they're just cleaning it up. In cartridge print head roller and feeder. And then we have in cartridge print head roller feeder duplexing assembly, carriage belt, calibration, maintenance. I think I feel like it's just the exact same exam with like tiny differences. This I think is new. Sandbox, test development, application virtualization, which makes sense. Okay, we have some more on hypervisors. Oh no, that's also here. It's just in a different spot. So they do actually have some differences in terms of like the containers. I don't see. Do we see containers here? I don't see containers over here. So that is a little bit more on virtualization, containers and hypervisors. And then we have shared resources, cloud. I would assume that we're going to see a little bit more cloud focus because more companies are going off premises and going to the cloud. Or hybrid, depending. And then what do we have? Troubleshoot motherboards, RAM, CPUs, and power. Yeah, that's over here in section 5.2. It's on 5.1 here. Troubleshoot drive and RAID issues. Yep, it's... But is there a best practice methodology to resolve problems? I bet it's just going to be at the end. No, maybe not. I still expect them to... They're still going to ask you questions about that, though. Problems related to motherboard, RAM, CPU, power. Yeah. Troubleshoot RAID issues. Scenario trouble. Video, projector, and display issues. Yep. But they took out the section. I'm surprised that they took out the section on applying best practice methodology. I still expect them to ask you questions about it, though. Mobile device issues. I would expect a little bit more on mobile device issues. Yeah. So let's see. Poor battery health, swollen battery, broken screen, improper charging, poor no connectivity, liquid damage, overheating. Yeah, it looks like a little bit more, but it's the same exam. 95% the same exam. Good talk. Good talk. All right, well, we wasted enough time explaining that it's the same exact exam. So we have, what, 3.5 columns of acronyms and definitions, and here we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, a little bit more acronyms here. Yeah, actually, it looks like a lot more acronyms. But very, very similar. All right, guys. Well, anyway, I think I've wasted enough of your time. TLDR, it's 95% the same exam. So, if you're preparing for the 1101 and 1102, well, actually, let's check just a quick. Let's check out the 1102 versus the 1202 here. But it's going to be the same thing. I would expect it to be the same thing. All right, what do we have? 90 minutes, 700. Oh, 700 passing score. I forgot about that for the 1102. 31 operating systems, 28 operating systems, 25% security, 28% security here on the new one. Software troubleshooting was 22, now it's 23. Operational procedures was 22, now it's 21. Let's see. Well, they will have some Windows 11 issues, or Windows 11 questions now. Basic features of Microsoft Windows editions. And now we have explain common operating systems and their purposes. So there is actually, it looks like there's more here for this. Use the appropriate Microsoft command line tool. Yeah. So here are the command line tools. And then we have basic Microsoft. Okay. Microsoft Windows operating systems, features, and tools. TPM information. Microsoft Windows settings. Yeah, all the stuff that was potentially Windows 7 related in the last exam iteration is now going to be Windows 11. So it was 7 and 10, and now it's 10 and 11. Although 10 already has end of life. Appropriate Windows settings, time and language, update and security. So the 1202 looks like a bigger difference than the 1201. Configure Microsoft Windows networking features on a client desktop. Networking features on a client desktop. Common features and tools of Mac OS desktop operating system. Oh, they have more on Linux, actually. Oh, no, they had Linux. Well, they do have more on Linux, though. That's actually surprising. I wouldn't expect as much on Linux. Because there's a Linux exam. And a lot of people that get the A+ certification aren't necessarily going to be working on Linux machines. I know a lot of you are. You're looking to get into cybersecurity, but... 111. All right, let's see what changes are in security. Everything is just in different spots. It's the same stuff. A lot of it is the same stuff. It's just in different spots. Compare and contrast. No, this is Microsoft Windows OS security settings. And this is security settings is now over here. 2.5 is 2.2. There is more here, though. Configure workstation to meet best practices for security. And they reworded some stuff. Common methods for securing mobile devices. Securing mobile and embedded devices. I'm kind of jumping all over the place, though. Data destruction disposal methods. Data destruction disposal methods. Apply security settings on SOHO and wired networks. Relevant security settings in a browser. All right, let's take a look at the software troubleshooting. Common symptoms. Add resources. Troubleshoot common mobile OS and application issues. We've got Windows OS problems. We've got PC security issues. We've got practice procedures for malware removal, mobile OS and application issues. Yeah, this is, again, they're just putting things in different spots. Mobile OS and application security issues. Application security issues. PC security issues is PC security issues. And then we have operational procedures. Best practices. Most of the same things. Change management best practices. Change management procedures. A little bit more there. Implement workstation backup recovery. Common safety procedures. Summarize environmental impacts and local environmental controls. I would expect that maybe I would have expected that to be a little bit more there, because it seems to be more focus on that nowadays than there used to be. Summarize environmental impacts. Importance of prohibited content, activity, privacy, licensing, policy concepts. So there's more here. Basics of scripting. They do have scripting over here. Use remote access technologies. And then, this is new. Okay, explain basic concepts related to artificial intelligence. That is new. But not really too much there. Not really too much. And then we have the... I should take bets on how many people think that this is actually going to be some of the acronyms from the other one. Well, let's see. We have 1, 2, 3.5 pages of acronyms. On the new one, we have 1, 2, 3 over here, but they're double columns. So actually, you have to memorize less acronyms, potentially, or they just took out the ones that were obvious. Alternating current is not in now. I'm not going to go through the entire thing and look at every single acronym, but I just wanted to go over this with you guys so you guys can see side-by-side comparison. So there we go. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully this is helpful if you have been studying for the 1101 and 1102 and now are thinking about taking the 1201 and 1202 instead. It's almost the same thing. A couple differences, and we're going to put out some content on these new exams as well. Hope you enjoyed it. I will see you as always in the next one.